Next, Mr. Emilio Castro will now recognize our salutatorian, James Garza, with the salutatorian medal. James holds a 104.38 average. His parents are Cynthia Aceves and James Garza. Would you please stand and be recognized? I present to you our salutatorian, James Garza.
Welcome, fellow graduates, parents, and teachers. Today marks the end of our childhood. We will no longer have parents, teachers, or counselors questioning if we have taken care of business. We will no longer have progress reports handed to us so that we may make up any missing assignments, and we will no longer have teachers lecturing us if we miss an important deadline. Most importantly, we will not have teachers extending those deadlines due to contagious procrastination. Whether it is in college, the military, or the workforce, no supervisor will treat us like irresponsible children. From here on out, the only person we can unconditionally rely on to help pull us through our most difficult moments is ourselves. Yes, friends and family will be by our side, but they will have their own set of issues to deal with. Our wise choices offer the greatest support for our success. In hindsight, I believe the reason I stand before you today as salutatorian is largely due to my wise choice of surrounding myself with supportive, helpful, and yes, nerdy friends. Constructive competition was often a motivation factor when I had run out of steam. When in class, if I said something that was incorrect, forgot a minor detail, my peers would jump on the opportunity to say what I didn't mention, or worse, correct me. Friends possess the greatest influence on each of us, and I owe much of my inquiry, knowledge, and drive to you, my fellow classmates, who motivated me without realizing it. There was often times where I would have to look up a word my peers used in my theory of knowledge class just to be able to understand them. Instead of being discouraged by their intellect or remaining silent for fear of appearing dim-witted in their presence, I made it a personal goal to be able to participate in any conversation my peers engaged in. When I was uneducated in a particular topic or unfamiliar with certain lingo, Google was my educator of choice for preparing me to stand toe-to-toe in a heated debate. I can assure you, knowledge is not something that anyone is born with. It all depends on how much you are willing to work for it. That being said, it was not only my wise choice of friends alone that brought me here. Classmates, do not let today end without taking time to thank all the teachers, parents, mentors, and peers that helped you get where you stand today. I take this opportunity to personally thank my parents, Cynthia Aceves and James Garza. Thank you for all your unrelenting support on every adventure I embarked on. Fellow graduates, as we strive to the top, we must not forget who has gotten us this far, nor where we come from. When we reach stardom, fame, and pockets full of money, we should give back to those institutions and persons that have guided us to where we find ourselves today. Some of us will go off to study in the sciences or maths, others will delve in the arts or humanities, and some will develop their medical or technical skills. So whether we are at a university, dressed in combat gear, or working for wages, we should go about our daily lives thinking of how we can use our knowledge and skills to make this world a little better than we found it. Thank you. Good luck, class of 2013.
Our superintendent, Dr. Perez, will now recognize our valedictorian, Elisa Almeida Trejo, with a valedictorian medal and the State of Texas Honor Graduate Certificate. Elisa holds a 105.29 average. Her parents are Jose and Delia Almeida. Would you please stand and be recognized?
It is an honor to stand before you here today. Congratulations, Luther Burbank class of 2013. We have reached the end of a journey. It seems vaguely like a distant dream as we look back through the window of adolescence while voyaging to this point in time. This has truly been a ride full of excitement and happiness, as well as many trials and tribulations. We have learned to love and laugh with one another, thereby forging friendships that will last us a lifetime. Knowing this, we must not forget the people who brought us to where we stand today. The teachers who showed us the knowledge, the administration and staff who guided us in our education, but most importantly, the parents, families, and friends who supported us in our endeavors of self-discovery. At this time, I would like to take this opportunity to thank my parents personally. Mr. and Mrs. Almeida, gracias. Gracias por todo su esfuerzo. Aprecio su apoyo y los quiero mucho. Classmates, this is the dawning of the rest of our lives. We will now go on to the next stage in life. May it be in pursuing our education at an institution of higher learning, enlisting in the military, or going into the workforce. We all, one and the same, will be attempting to divine our purpose in life, to find success. For what truly is the epitome of success, if not to learn and grow? To find happiness, and to love and be loved in return. Although this seems like a moment of great uncertainty, we will be able to overcome the obstacles that will give us our success. Because our experience at Burbank has blessed us with the tools to move forward in confidence. Remember when we were obliged to move forward to our next big performance, concert, competition, or game? Even though we were afraid, we did it. We are innovative and risk takers. Burbank has shown us not to live in fear of what is to come. A wise man once said, "There is nothing to fear except fear itself." By this, Roosevelt reveals unto us one of the most significant lessons we shall ever learn. The only thing standing in the way of our own success is the limits and barriers we build in our own mind. Through our passage in Burbank High School, we have mastered the tests and the assignments. We have passed all the classes. We have faced defeat and risen above it. We have become the true pride of the South Side. We have seen what we thought was the end of the world and survived. There is nothing we cannot overcome, because the most precious lesson we have learned in Burbank is that even though we may not presently be in the position we desire, we can strive to find better. We are never to give up. We must always continue to progress, and eventually we will reach our goals. The legacy we leave behind in Burbank in the hallways of this school. For there will again be students who will face this campus. Because of our accomplishments, they will learn to seek excellence, because they will need to live up to the triumph of the class of 2013. They will look to us, our accomplishments, and know that the Southside produces excellence, and they too can do it. To my fellow classmates, I leave these thoughts. Fear not change, for it is the precursor to success. Fear not the future, because we have only just begun. Fear not life, because the future is full of promise that will in turn guide us to our destiny. Thank you. Congratulations, class of 2013.